This racism thing. I never saw this coming. I expected Obama to be above this race-baiting bullshit. Voting for Obama, even at my most liberal, I never saw him courting Al Sharpton.
You're a punk faggot! Now come on, do something!
And that's a whole different can of worms. But basically, I'll say this. I'm just going to say this. When I see a white family, or when I see a white guy, or a white criminal, or any kind of white person acting like a fucking savage, acting like a piece of shit, antagonizing cops, doing something, acting in a way, in a behavior that warrants them getting shot by a police officer, it's exactly that. It's exactly that. They are an individual. Their skin color has nothing to do with it. They are an individual that is acting like a punce and is making a series of horrible decisions that have led up to him being gunned down or arrested. Now, when I hold a white guy up to those standards, I'm doing exactly that. But when I hold a black guy up to the same standards, I'm being racist? Are you serious? And then to have the president back up this type of mentality, that's crap. That's a bunch of crap. And I didn't vote for that. I did not vote for that. According to the FBI and Bureau of Justice statistics, more white people are actually gunned down by cops every year than black people. And about 200 black people are, give or take, are murdered by police officers every year. 7,000 are murdered by criminals. 7,000. Anytime a black man is unjustly murdered by a racist police officer, that is a travesty. And that's wrong. And that should never happen in this society. But if you're going to bring that up, and if you're going to make that a huge issue in the media, then you got to make the 7,000 blacks murdered by criminals just as important. I mean, you have to. Logically, sensibly, you have to. To care about 200 black people who were murdered by cops more than these 7,000 that were murdered by criminals, that's, it's just, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, I'm sorry. So yeah, there's that. There's the race baiting stuff. Booker T. Washington, actually, a black leader in 1911, said something amazing to this effect. He basically talks about how they're race baiters and how it's their job to basically keep the whole racial stuff alive. And so yeah, there's that. I didn't vote for Obama to be a race baiter. His language as far as uniting the races, and I liked that. But this constant for an American president to vilify police officers, it's just shameful. And this witch hunt in Ferguson is just shameful. Like I said, more white people are gunned down by cops, and most of them, I would say, most white people who are gunned down by cops every year deserve it, and fuck them. You know what? Fuck them. They made a series of horrible choices that led to them being gunned down, and fuck them. They're criminals. I'm sorry. When I say the same about blacks, I shouldn't be accused of being a racist. It just, logically, it doesn't make sense.